All right. Once again, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Yakakwadash, a double has been unto the apostles and is a great millstone. To all the Akims worldwide, I want to say Shalom be unto you. This is the word from the GMS.com. Once again, through the spirit and the power of the Most High Ba'ashem Yahushai. Quick edification. So my title today is Many Men Have Fallen by Her. Many men have fallen by her. And who we are talking about? Eve. Eve, the woman. But overall, we are men of the Lord, Hashem Yeshai. We have to understand what Eve is about. And we can't get caught up in her snares and traps as well. We can't even attempt to blame it on the woman as Adam did. But take every action that is done, you hold it to your own accountability. Because no man is tempted, or do the Most High tempt any man. Every man is shown away in their own lust. And when lust take it over, roughly paraphrasing, then comes death. So you have to be careful with Eve. You have to stand strong, and keep everything spiritual at the end of the day. Keep it in the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, and you walk through faith. Because many men have fallen by her. Started with Matthew chapter 5 and verse 27 to 28. It says, Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, Thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say unto you, that whoever looketh on a woman to lust after her, commit adultery with her already in his heart. So, knowing a woman belongs to another man, or refusing to inquire before looking and lusting, is considered adultery. But then you lack more understanding when you take it to a different level and try and entertain or coax in conversation that will lead down to that road. That's adultery, that's just being wicked as well. Because a man of the Lord is supposed to have more understanding when it comes to Eve. Because we all know Eve wicked. But then a woman, knowing she wicked and seeing a man who's supposed to be righteous doing a wicked act, she'll be glad to report it. Because it's supposed to be living to a certain standard and carrying out yourself with a certain integrity. So in this truth, at all times, you gotta watch out for Eve. You gotta watch out the acts and the things that you're doing with Eve. She's our enemy. Colossians chapter 3 and verse 1, it says, If ye then be risen with Mashiach, seek those things which are above, where Mashiach sitting on the right hand of power. Set your affections on things above, not on the earth. So, you can't be overly righteous, but then you can't be wicked as well. But our main goal is to praise the Most High, Hashem Yeshai in spirit and in truth. Do the works of the Most High. Charity, brotherly love. Respect all men. Respect is something that is not demanded, but respect is something that is earned. Because it don't mean that because you're a boss or you're a leader or something, everybody else who under you don't deserve a level of respect. As well, a man house is a man house, and a man items is a man items, and he can use it as he please. And still, you can't say a man using his own items is disrespectful. because he can't use it to how you want him to use it. A man house is a man house. And a man can run the house however he like as well. But ultimately, our main goal is to do what? Save the Most High. You know? Because he ain't the spirits, demons. But he ain't the other man up to. You know, watch out for Eve. Number one enemy. Yeah, so verse 3. For ye are dead, and your life is hidden with Mashiach in power. But when Mashiach, who is our life, shall appear, then shall he also appear with him in glory. Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth, fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection, evil concupiscence, and covetousness, which is idolatry. For which things seek the wrath of power cometh on the children of disobedience, in the which ye also walk sometime, then ye live in them. But now ye also put off these: anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of thy mouth. You know? But overall, it was the uncleanness, is because uncleanness go back to adultery. You all know Eve is a lewd. Some of them Eves is a lewd woman out there, She have no respect overall, not even for herself. But like you say, you pick up a girl, in your eyes, she might seemingly be lewd and loose. But when it comes to respect overall for a husband, it might be totally different. So you gotta be careful when you're approaching Eve out there too. But adultery is adultery. Can't be approaching every woman with sitting kind of talk as well. Can't sit and drink, trying to entertain, sit and talk with women. He's a man of the Lord. Hold a certain form of integrity. Don't let no woman at the end of the day be able to call your name and accuse you wrongfully. Or even have your name caught up in certain kind of wicked conversation. Because you're supposed to know better, you're supposed to have a level of integrity. Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 32. But whoever or whoso committed adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. Both of you, you're supposed to be put to death, you and the woman, but you're destroying your own soul because you're committing an act against your own body. And we all know our body is not ourselves, but our body belongs to the Most High Hashem Shai. We all know when Yahushai died, we died with him. When he rose, we rose a new man. So then you're supposed to have a certain level of understanding when it comes to Eve. As a old saying, a man used to say, or does say, putting your head in the sand when a storm coming don't mean that the storm ain't going to affect you. As well as using emotions as a trump card in communication with people as well. Being a leader of something in an industry don't mean that when the man go home is the leader of him as well. A man is a man of his own house. being a leader of anything don't mean that you're ruling everything concerning the man. And if you think so, you're wrong. And otherwise, if you think you could rule a man's house, to say rule the house, rule the wife, rule what he do with whatever he have and whatever is his, and you think you have the authority to rule over that, then you check yourself. Because that's unrighteous. James chapter 4 and verse 17. Therefore, to him that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, to him it is sin. Evil communication with women, when you're knowing that they belong to another man, that's sin. Even entertaining a talk, it mightn't have been 100% in the direction I wanted it to go. But the fact that he's a man alone and allowing Eve to carry down that road, it's wrong. And it's an embarrassment as well for a man of the Lord to be caught up in them kind of communication. Because when you have the time when you meet these women and them and they explain their past life, it's even a shame to think to even be with them. But what you could do, you can't get them perfect. But a man being with a harlot, or a harlot have a husband, and you trying to have sex or have some kind of sexual encounter with her, knowing she have a husband, and knowing it's not nothing to do with no payment, that is adultery. You know? Trying to zigzag. Can't zigzag around the Most High, you know. Ecclesiasticus chapter 9 and verse 2. Say, give not thy soul unto a woman to set her foot upon thy substance. Verse 3, meet not a harlot, lest thou fall into her snares. You know? Verse 4, use not much company of a woman that is a singer, lest thou be taken by her attempts. Gaze not unto a male, that thou fall not by those things that are precious in her. Give not thy soul unto harlots, that thou lose not thy inheritance. Look not round about thee in the streets of the city, neither wander thou in solitary place thereof. Verse 8, turn away thy eye from a beautiful woman, and look not unto another's beauty. For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman. For herewith love is kindled as a fire. Sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thy arms. And spend not thy money as her at the wine, lest thy heart incline unto her, and through thy desire thou fall into destruction. Hey, be careful of Eve. You know? But be careful of yourself as well first. Because Eve only doing what she know how to do. But if you go and you buy into what she doing, and you think you could get Eve to fall within your footstep, and Eve catch your lapsing and laugh at you, then it become an embarrassment. You know? Whole integrity. Hey, be careful of Eve. So with that, I want to give all praises to the Most High Bashem Yeshai. He doubles be unto your apostles and years of great millstone. He taught the Akims worldwide. Once he shalom be unto you. This is the word from the GMS and camp. Once again, through the spirit and the power of the Most High. Shalom to the hope for the elect. Shalom.